Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy Sour A, and I'm back here with another AMIRI denim video. So today we're going to be revisiting how to legit check a pair of AMIRI jeans. I figured I'd make this video to kind of clear up some things, and if you'd also like to know basically the number one best way to legit check your AMIRIs, then stay tuned, because in my previous video I didn't really give out the secret to how to essentially 100% legit check your AMIRIs, and the time has passed. The new AMIRIs are not as high quality, so they're really difficult to legit check. So I figured I'd make a video. So anyway, let's jump right into it. In front of you from left to right, you're looking at a 2019 aged black, 2018 classic indigo, and a 2017 light indigo, and then I have a pair on the right that's a sample pair that we're gonna use for some legit checking purposes. So let's get right into it. So you bought a pair of mics and you wanna legit check them. You wanna know the absolute best way to legit check. So what you're gonna wanna do is you're going to want to look at the button. The button should always face to the left on the new season. If you have a button fly here, then they all should face to the left, just like this button does up here. If they don't, that's not a good sign, so you have to keep looking. And thankfully enough, 2 minutes in, you could tell right away. So this is something almost nobody knows about, where if you look underneath the button of an AMIRI button on the jeans, it's going to say original Cobrax on it. And this is something that I knew about before. I just kind of didn't want to give it away, but you know, I feel like I'm not giving people the justice they need, because I see a lot of people getting hit with fakes, and I don't know if they just don't know, or what prices they're paying to try to acquire these denims. But underneath the button, it's going to say original Cobrax. It's going to say original Cobrax on the back end of the button, as you can see there, ORIGINAL, and then on this side, COBRAX. And then also, if you look very carefully, screenshot this if you're watching it on the phone, you see the four little, what they look like scratches that are going in a circular motion underneath the words Cobrax and above the words original. Those are there for a reason. When they clamp these buttons together, that is the impact point. So those scratches are supposed to be there. And I'll show you on the other pairs too, to prove that point. But this is essentially the best way to tell. Like if your AMIRIs have the button fly, they don't have the zipper, and they don't say original Cobrax on there, like they're going to be fake. So that's essentially the best way to tell. Not a lot of people know about that. When I tell people, they're like always mind blown, like, oh shit, you really know your shit. Like, of course, like I don't collect these jeans to not know everything about them. I don't want to get hit with fakes. I've seen a couple of fakes. Got scammed before on eBay for a fake, or switching bait on Mercari or whatever, but I don't even look at them that long, because I could kind of tell right away, because I've seen quite a few pairs and I know what to look for and everything. So you seen the word original there, see the word Cobrax there, and same thing there, and look at the font too. The font is very, very thin, like pencil thin, and it looks like maybe if you took a knife and you wrote those letters in perfect, like at one time in just perfect lettering like that. And you're looking at it, you're looking at the video right now, and you're like, this bullshit, I don't see those scratches. But that's the thing, you have to look at it from a different light. So you see in that one light I was showing, you didn't see the scratches. Now you move it around, you see the scratches. So that's kind of like, that's why the scratches are not that important. You just want to, you want to look for this. You want to see the original Cobrax under there. And like I said, that's with the buttons and with some zippers you're gonna have. The only way you're not gonna have that on your pair of AMIRI denims is if you have an OG pair like this one from 2017. The button is going to be shinier. It still faces to the left, Take a look at that. It still faces to the left, like you see all those scratches, because this button was crazy shiny. Crazy shiny. The only way you're not going to see that on this pair, I'm gonna show you. I'm showing you guys because sometimes people like to troll and say you got fakes. It's because this isn't the original Cobrex button. This is from 2017. This looks like this on the back. So if you have an OG pair of AMIRI denims, then they're gonna look like this on the back. It's not original Cobrex yet. It's whatever brand they were using. So just because it's etched in doesn't mean it's one type of button. They basically changed companies. Whoever AMIRI was using here, they changed companies. They went to original Cobrex, as you've seen on those two denims over there. And for example here, I never looked at this pair. It's a brand new pair of stacks. I've just been holding on to it. This is a sample pair, right? So this is a sample. Like these are a one of one. There's not another pair like this in the world. You know, I've showed this in my like my collection video. Like I guarantee you'll never see this pair. This was a one of one. Like just one of these was made. But let's look at the thing. Let's look at the button, right? Look at that, Cobrex. I don't even want to mess with this pair. Look, original Cobrex, right? Look on the inside, original Cobrex, and you see the scratches. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you have that, your shit's most likely 100% legit. If you don't, then they're fake. So that's the very best way to tell. But of course, I'm not gonna just leave you guys hanging. Maybe maybe you got an OG pair like that or something. And maybe you just wanna be super assured that your denim is real. So I'm gonna continue and give you all the tips, tricks, and secrets. It might be a little long video after the 7 mark, but I want you guys to be educated. So the next thing you're gonna wanna look at is the zipper fly. If you have the zipper fly like I do, you want to make sure it says Riri on one of the ends. On the newer-ish pairs, it's going to say Riri on the back, but it's going to say AMIRI on the front. And you need to just look at the font to see if it looks nice and clean cut like these do. But the best way to legit check the zipper is to look at the body. Like, look at this body. A real Riri branded zipper, because that's the brand that makes these. Riri, it just sounds funny that it's Riri or AMIRI. Is not supposed to have any dots on the body of it. So notice how mine doesn't have dots. If you have dots here, 1, 2, 3, 4, if you have dots on there, it's guaranteed fake. It's 100% fake. No Riri zippers have dots on the body. Another way to look at the zipper is to look at it from the inside. Flip the jeans towards you, and you want to look at this. The font really needs to be super duper clean like it is here. It needs to say M6 at the bottom. I've seen a fake jacket before, and it just basically this was not metal, it was plastic, and the font was just not clean cut like this. It was just like a little smeared because it was printed on plastic. So that's kind of what gave it away. But it has to look like that. It has to be crispy, especially from a distance. You see how crispy that is. So that's also really important. And maybe I should show that on this pair, just so you guys could see. So the thing is mad far. I don't feel like showing it. Just trust me. They all gonna say M6 in there and Riri. So the next thing you want to look at when you're legit checking is this. You can take a look at the leather tab. The thing though is that throughout the years they've made the leather tabs different. On the very originals, this piece of leather, it faced down, so the stitching went down, up. Later the stitching faced this way. This, when the original, was this nice soft plush leather, similar to like this pair, and then on these OGs as well. But then later it became tumbled and it's cheaper, and now it might look like, it might look different. The one consistent thing is the font. It's supposed to be spaced kind of just like this with the words AMIRI. On the fakes, it'll be like really, it'll just be off. But the thing is, it's hard to go off of this because, you know, they might make a mistake in the factory and it'll be a little smeared or it'll not be painted or something. I've seen that. And then I've also seen where it'll say 32 here, but inside the jeans, under the wash tag, if it has like a size on the wash tag, like over here, for example, it'll say a different size. So here it'll be like 32 and here it'll be 33, right? Or I've seen it where it was 34 here and then inside was a 32. So this is not the best way to go by. Also, these are just like 4 little stitching marks. So, and I actually forgot until I'm looking at the jeans now that this stitch got undone and I had to get it like re-sewn there, and I forgot about that. But the good point about this is it's really easy to attach something like this, and I have these, and it's funny, I didn't bring it for this video, but I have like pieces of leather like this that I removed from other jeans. I have pieces of leather like this that I removed from other jeans, so it's not the best way to tell. But what you should be looking at is on the back of the jeans is these 4 dots. Now this was repaired, so if this was a fake, it could be like different spacing, but essentially you see like how the spacing is perfect here. It should always be like that. Here it's off because this was redone. But if you take a look at this pair, see how it's perfect spacing? See how it's perfect spacing? See that? Perfect spacing. That's exactly how it's supposed to look on a real pair. This, like I said, it's a little off if you look at this one because this was like a fixed stitch. It came loose and then it just got done where it was just like, just re-strengthened in the corner. It wasn't brought back out in circular motion. So those are the 2 things. So we were looking at the wash tag. Let's go back to that. That's a really good thing to look at, is the wash tag. But also, same way as with the leather, it's not the best thing to go by. You know, you want the font to be really, really clean and sharp. It's usually a loop tag like this, but it could be a very long tag. It could be, it could have red on it. It just, the new ones are like holographic with AMIRI everywhere. And, you know, it's just not consistent. It could have just this tag. It can have 1 tag. It can have 2 tags. It's just like the variety is just so large that it's worth looking at it for sure, but it's not the best way to tell. And that's really what's important. It's not the best way to tell. I've seen fakes where like it almost got me, like I thought it was like real based off the tags. But you have to look for everything when it comes to mirrors. You have to legit check everything. But as I already stated, the best thing to check is just that. Like, it's just the best thing. Like, I haven't seen, I mean, I don't really look at fakes, but I just wouldn't think that they would do something like that. So like if you look at my 2017s, I just know by heart already, but they don't have the numbers in there. So notice how this one is different from this one. In the way that this one has the 2 tags with the number. This number is the color code of the jeans. A lot of the fakes too, they're just gonna reuse random number codes. Like 236 is a 2019 age black stack jean. Like that's what it is. You know, this one doesn't have it, but for example, this one, you see 173 has been reused because 173 is either the 2018 classic indigo stack jean like this one, or it could be the broken jean with the glitter Swarovski snake. So, you know, same thing. Like you see, you can't really go off of just this. It's good to look at. You know, usually has a line up top, you know, circle at the back. RN 15712 is almost always there, but some of the words and things can be different from year to year. But definitely a good thing to look at. So another thing you could take a look at is the back of these jeans. Now this was one of the best ways originally for me to tell when like you can't look into the jeans, when like, you know, if you don't have them in hand and you can't look underneath the button, right, is to look at the back. Because all the AMIRIs are made where this is like half an inch over here and over here, and no, I don't know if it says half an inch, whatever, and then this is like an inch, or basically this is like, it's like twice as long as these distances, or even longer. A lot of the fakes will have the same, so this will be lower, or vice versa, where this is short here and it'll be short here, and it'll be short here. So you have to make sure these belt hole loops look like that. Now, looking at the back of the jeans, over here, a lot of people love to say, if, oh, it doesn't have the metal tab, it's fake. You know, like, probably that pair is fake, this pair is probably fake, this pair is probably fake, right? But then, check this out, right? Over here, we got another pair of my AMIRIs, right? But I don't know, I got some AMIRI shorts over here. Hold on. Got you right now. Look, I got some AMIRI shorts, authentic. 100% authentic. No, for real. You know, mad authentic. You know, like you guys can't go off of this shit. Like people like me, I take that nonsense off. Like this cornball shit. You know, like I pop those off. Like we pop tags out here, you know? And this is this one thing that people love to go by. It's like, oh, it doesn't have the metal tab on the back. Look at this sample pair right here, right? I'm throwing my beautiful sample pair around. Look at this sample pair, right? Now look at this. Look at this right here. Can you tell? You can't even tell. But I promise you, wait, I could feel it on the inside. Wait. Bow. You see that? You see the holes? You see the pressure point? Do you know why that is? That's because I don't like that shit. Like that's corny to me. So I pop this off. And we don't put that on our pockets of our AMIRIs. You know? Oh look, so this is an older leather. So you see how like the leather on this one is? This is like the new season leather. When you look at like the other leather, it's not like that. But anyway, you can't go off of those metal tabs because they're never gonna be consistent. And people can reattach them. It's just like it's just a clip. It's just a little clip with a thing on it. Like people could reattach them. It's really not that deep. It's not that serious. Like if your pair doesn't have that, it doesn't mean it's fake. And if your pair does have it, it doesn't mean that it's real. Like I popped those off. Even these, like take a look at this. These are the Japanese tags that are attached inside the AMIRIs. Actually, if you have this attached to your AMIRIs, it's basically like 100% that it's real. Because this was, AMIRI would ship the items to Japan, and the Japanese market would take the AMIRIs, right? Go on the inside, and just for their own rules or whatever, is they would attach a tag on the outside. So if your pair comes with a Japanese tag like this, 100% real, and then it'll tell you the style. So this came off of a Bones hoodie, I believe, a Bones hoodie, and that's what this kind of would say. So yeah, look at that original Cobrex with the 4 things on there. You see that? People be tripping with the metal tab. Oh, you don't got the metal tab, it's fake. So those are some good things to look at. I'm really disrespecting my AMIRIs today. You see what I'm doing for you guys? Violating my AMIRIs just to do a legit check video. So those are some really good things to go by. Oh, what else can we go by? Okay, so one more thing that we could go by to legit check. So the new pairs won't look like this. Only the OGs will have this design. The new pairs, and that's primarily why I brought this jean, will look like this. They're supposed to say AMIRI on it. But the thing is that this is also easily faked. I mean, if you have a good attention to detail, like a good eye, and you look at these, you know, you study them, I don't know, you want to take a screenshot of it or whatever, you look at those things and you can basically, once you study, you can kind of identify it. But like I said, it's not that easy to just go by off this, because the fakes, they can replicate this easier. And you see like the little scratches on there from when it was snapped together. This is something better to go off of because I've seen the fakes back in the day and the old fakes of these old jeans. You could see inside the holes. Instead of it being a black hole, you'd see silver inside, and that's how you could tell these were fake. Also, the metal wouldn't be flat, it'd be moved up. So take a look at that, like peep game, right? Look how this piece of metal is like flat down, like super flat down. There's no wiggle room. That's how the old ones came. The new ones have like a little pill-shaped piece of metal that actually, it sticks up. This actually sticks up. So once again, this is just, it's hard to go off of these small details, but they're definitely good to look at. This is how your new shit should look like. 2021, 2020, 2022. This is a sample pair. This was made like in 2019, 2020. That's why it came like that, because 2019 pairs were already having this. Just like 2019 pairs were already having the metal being placed on the back. And now they always have them. The older pairs, like this 2018, this 2017, that older 2019, it just didn't feature some of those things. So yeah, that's basically that. I'm gonna put these jeans back in a nice order. That's basically how to tell. Like, I'm not sure what else to tell you guys about legit checking. If you watched the video in the beginning, you saw that the button is the best way to tell. There's really no better way to tell unless you're gonna go through everything that I stated in this video and look at the button, look at the buttons or zipper, look at the wash tag, look at the leather tag, look at these things, because they're always going to be spaced like this. 2 fingers here, 1 finger here, So that's that. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned. I abused the fuck out of my AMIRIs just for this video, so hopefully it's worthwhile. All right, thanks for checking it out, and take care. Peace.